Hi, Sela. Good evening. This is Nico. I'm doing a YouTube video of this just because it's a lot easier to send. Um, so don't think it's like public or anything. I have it set up as private, like unlisted, private. Like you can't view it on YouTube. Only the people who have the link can see it, and I'm gonna only send you the link. If you can pass this to Nancy so she can see this, I'm asking. It is Sunday or Saturday evening, about 10 p.m. Um, what's the date? The 19th of 2024, April. But but yeah, if you can pass this to Nancy, that'll be very helpful. And yeah. So uh hello, mi amor. Um it's me, and a lot has been going on this past 2 weeks, and I just wanted you to hear directly from me what I'm thinking. um I think a lot, and I want you to know where I stand. um your sister Isela wrote a quick message. It got me thinking, and I appreciate that. And I was thinking a lot, so I want to tell you. So um uh I did not realize uh things were gonna happen. So um but so my main thing is, I want to be happy with you guys. And the way to be happy is to provide. And I know we think different. I know you say it's not all about money, and I agree, but there's a certain threshold where money to happiness, there's a threshold where you gotta have a certain amount of money to at least take away all the other stresses, which will lead to happiness. But once you get to a certain level of income and above, there's no correlation to happiness. So and a lot of people don't think that. They just think money, oh, money isn't everything. Well, money is a lot, and it's a lot as far as a tool for everyone that's under that threshold. And when I read that statistic, it made sense. I'm like, hey, like, it does make sense. Like, I hear my wife saying it doesn't matter about money, but then whenever we get evicted, whenever I have to think about using our small money to either pay for diapers for William or Vincent, or even Isaac or Benny, has always been in my mind. Ever since Isaac was born, we're always in this rut, this money problem. And over the years, it just really killed me inside, that I couldn't provide as a man. And I know you probably don't understand that because you're so tender and you're so loving, but this world is cruel, and you have to be tough at it. And if you're not tough, you lose. And by being tough is having a certain amount of money to be powerful, to maintain your family. And I know I've tried many times, but I've always failed. We never had enough money, and that's my biggest thing. Is very simple. What makes me happy is to know that I have just enough money. And again, I'm not talking about making $1 million. I'm talking about just getting in that threshold, and we're literally only like 5% of that threshold. So when I'm learning all about these things about anger, like, it makes sense why I was just so caught up in my mind of angerness, because I failed as a man. And I see my family every day, and I have to look at them and knowing that I'm failing them. And it's just gets to be. It just really makes me angry and just sad and mad, and I don't want that. And I discovered that, and I know you say I have to take these courses, but mi amor, I know of this. I know the business side of it. I know the reason for the purpose of that business. And don't even get me started on the nonprofits versus the profits. Like, it's all the same. It's just how you collect taxes and how you evade tax. Like, there's a reason for that. And they still have employees. They still have costs. Like, it's still a business. And we are the customers. So they want a returning customer. And doesn't matter if it's for health purposes. Doesn't matter if it's a milk, someone selling milk to you. It's still wanting customers. And I went through that. I went through those couple classes, and I didn't want to take the benefit of the doubt, or I took the benefit of the doubt. I didn't want to downplay it, so I went to a couple of them, and I stopped after about a week because the people, you and I would be better teachers than them. Like, they had no idea, and I don't like fakeness. I have no time for fakeness. I want something real, a real change. And when I see fakeness, I don't know if God gave me this talent or I discovered it, but I have this weird talent that I can snuff out fakeness, and I reject it. I want real. And that's why I married you. like you are so real. Like, that's what made me so attracted to you. Like, I want real. I don't want fakeness. And I'm taking it even more serious because I want a real change. That's why I didn't like too much of the Movimiento Familiar, because that wasn't real. Like, I wanted real change. And so that's why I came up with this idea of just leaving, because that's real change. That's change for the better. And now what happened about a couple of days ago, which is surprising. So now it's two options. The first option is what you probably saw these past couple of days, that I reached out to a divorce attorney. I'm looking at all different options, and I see that where I would leave, and if I cannot make enough money for us, I have to leave, and I have to make money for us. Because again, it's going back to the real part of it. What really makes me angry, because I realize, like, I'm not a violent person throughout this whole ordeal. Like, I'm still laughing. I'm still making jokes in my head. I'm living in my car, and I have my blanket, my pillow, and everything, and I'm still laughing. I still talk to God. Because that's real. Like, I want realness, and it makes me happy. And I know I can be a great father. I've done it before, but that anger part has nothing to do with taking courses, has nothing to do with this magical professionalism. No, it's just love. And how do I get love? Well, I already know, by you guys. But how do I get time to experience that love? And that's where money comes in as a tool. When I make enough money, I don't care about money. In fact, I really despise it. But this is a world we live in, so you have to accept it. So I use this money as a tool to provide for my family, which is the next step. Will take away the anger, aka make me happy. The opposite of anger is happiness. It's just simple as that. Like, I don't need anything else. So that's why I feel like if I walk away now, that's the first option. If I walk away, I cannot pay for anything right now, because if I were to officially sign, which I haven't, there's some attorneys that are giving me advice now, and they're realizing I our case would be so easy if you agree with everything. So they're giving me advice, but they haven't. I haven't hired them officially. I haven't given them money, and good Lord, it's expensive. So everything that I've saved from November to now, I would give to them. Like all that money I saved, it would mean nothing. So I would start over again, and the car's not doing too well, and Jonathan's having a hard time of fixing it, and I can't afford another vehicle, so I know if I take this route, it'll be very hard to pay anything, mi amor. It has nothing to do with my love to you guys. That will always be. Please believe me. Like that's never a doubt. And so I need to provide for my family, and I'm taking this risk where if I leave, I know you might find someone else. You're a very beautiful woman. There's no doubt you'll find someone else. And but I have to accept that. But in my mind, all I'll be thinking about is making money for us. I will always even have this ring on, even though we would separate, we would end my parental rights. That's the land telling us. But for God, I know what my duty here on earth is for. And my duty is to provide for my family. So I don't care what paper would say. I don't care what the laws would say. I don't care what your siblings or my siblings or anyone in this world would say. I know what I'm going to do for my family. I'm going to be working every day. Even though on paper I'm nothing, but it makes sense because I'm able to provide when I'm making money. And I just, so that's the first option. And I will come back, I say 5 years. I'm going to grow our Reina Clothier. I'm going to grow our investments. And I can do it because you know how I feel about the Reina Clothier. Like, it's going to happen. I feel it. I just needed time and money. And I don't have too much money now, especially with if I pay for the divorce lawyer. But I know it's going to come. And I'll definitely have time by myself. I want Isela to tell you that I would never meet another woman. I would never, it's not in the books for me. It's not in my mind ever. It's never been, and it never will. I have one wife on this world in God's eyes, and that's it. And it's you. And I have 4 boys, and they are Isaac, Benjamin, William, and Vincent. That would never end. And so that's my plan for option 1. And I thought that was the only option until right now. I got an email earlier today, and I didn't tell you this, but I applied for 2 spaces for rentals here because I've been going to a cigar shop. It's a cool cigar shop. You meet a lot of important people, and I like to chat. So I was chatting to older people, whether they're married, they're talking to me about marriage, about spirituality. Like, that's my therapy, Nancy. I know it's unorthodox. I know it's not what you wanted on paper, but I know what it's doing to me, and it's feeling good. It's feeling good. That's real, like that's real. And so I got motivated to look up spaces here in Waco. I feel like this is a good market to make my Reina Clothier. So I applied for 2 of them. They shut me down. One was too expensive for every month, and the other one was they looked at my credit score. They didn't like it, so they declined me. And then there's a place in Hewitt, on Hewitt Drive, past George's, and right before the park that we went to, that we played there with the boys after we went to the Chinese buffet with Isela and your mom. And right before that park, and I was like, no, that's Hewitt. They're gonna be more strict with the application. Let me just do it. A ver qué. And they accepted my application. They said I can move in. Not move in like physically. I'll still live in my car, or in our car, but it's I've been checking with everything, and then I'm like, no, it's not possible. Let me keep looking. And then I needed a sign. I'm like, no, that's gonna be too expensive. And then a guy at the cigar shop recommended me to a Mexican guy that knows how to do signs, and so I got that set up. And I'm like, no. And then I'm looking at other things. That's why I asked about Reina, but the Spectrum, because they might charge me for it, but it's okay. It's not too much, but I asked about Spectrum, and they said I can add a business line and business internet. Like, all this stuff is coming along. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I remember, like, my whole life, I was like, no, there's always doubt, because always something bad happens in my life. Whether I do so good, something always bad happens. And I stopped believing that. Well, not stopped believing. I felt that even after our marriage, but the first time that it was real was when I met you. When I always doubted myself. No, she has a boyfriend, or no, she's not gonna like me, or no, she's gonna say no to me, or no, she's not gonna marry me. And it always came true, and that was a beautiful feeling. I felt that again with this whole Reina Clothier ordeal or process, where they keep saying yes to me, and I was like, man, like, maybe I could have a shop here in Waco, and that would answer it. Like, I feel like I'm talking to people and I'm getting perspective, and it is like, I even talked to a lawyer that was representing me with the criminal case that I have here, and like, he's even chatting me that he has people that needs a suit, and I'm like, man, this is gonna hit. Like, I know it. So that's the answer. And again, it's hard to think, but please think, because I like to think a lot, and I know a lot of people don't like to think a lot. So please just try to understand, mi amor, that not itself, not Reina Clothier, not money, it's just a tool to bring happiness. And by bringing happiness, it brings me time. So it has nothing to do with Reina Clothier. It could be, I could sell milk, I could sell whatever. That's not what it is. It's what it provides. And it provides me time to be happy with my family. Or even just spend time with you. That makes me happy. So it answers my anger issue. It brings me happiness. It takes away anger. So that's why I'm happy about it. And that's option 2. We don't get a divorce. I'll repeat, we do not get a divorce. And I start my business here, and I use the money that I was going to pay for the divorce, and I actually will be saving money by opening up this business. Is that crazy how a divorce attorney is even more expensive than opening up a business? It's crazy. We're in the wrong business. We should have been divorce attorneys. Write that down for Isaac, Benjamin, William, and Vincent. Get their careers in law. And I'm meeting a lot of law people as well in the cigar shop, like students and stuff. And it's a whole new world. So write that down. But I feel like that's the answer. That will take away the anger by giving me money to provide for us, but ultimately to have time with you guys. And I don't have to worry about paying for the diapers or lunch, or feeling like it's the worst thing ever if we go to Chick-fil-A, because that money could have been paying towards our rent, all this stuff. I don't want to go into that same problem or that same situation, because it'll be the same problem. And I don't want that, mi amor. My ultimate goal is to make you guys happy. That's it. Has nothing to do with the divorce. Has nothing to do with Reina Clothier. My main goal is to make you guys happy. And that's what And I know my words get twisted by levels of sending messages because I'm not talking to you directly. I know it. So I hope this helps. So you hear it directly from me that this is my goal. It has nothing to do about hating you. Like, there's nothing. It's like nothing. I love you so much. Like, it doesn't, all this stuff doesn't matter, man. Like, I just want you to be happy. And that's all. I want our boys to be happy. And I can say sorry a million times, but it doesn't matter. It's about changing. And I know it looks like I don't want to change, but please, like, I've changed. Like, it's just simple. It's just simple as that. Like there's no hard or difficult process you have to go through. None of the BIP program that's 2 years that the lady lost my information. Then when she gave me the information, it was Ryan Nico Miguel. Like, I'm just another number. They're not in the business of helping you. They're in the business of facilitating a need. There's a difference. It's just how it is. So I've experienced all that, man. And it's not real. What's real is finding ways to help myself to be in the situations that will make me happy. And that's what I'm doing. That's real. So I want to start Reina Clothier. I feel like it's going to be a great business. I negotiated. That was the other thing. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. I can't afford that. So let me just throw out a price. At the worst case, he'll say no. And it was like, well, $500 even less than what they're asking per month. And I'm like, hey, if he says no, fine. And he said yes. They build it up to the 3 years. So I mentioned 5, but they have a lease for 3 years, but I can renew after 3 years. And it's affordable. Like, it's possible now. And I'd rather use that money than the divorce. So I want option 2. But you have the decision, mi amor. I respect your decision. I know I've done so many mean things to you guys. I read your note that you put on my phone, how I ignored you guys when we got into the van or got home, and I left you guys in the van and I walked inside without helping. I know that whenever I raise my voice, Isaac gets scared, and even Benny gets scared. I know that when I spank him hard before, that it makes them sad. I know that I've told you before that it's your fault, and it wasn't your fault. But anything, whatever dumb little thing that I would get mad about, and I know I did those hard things to you, and I know that hurts you inside, Nancy, because you love our boy so much. I know, and I don't want to do that again. And I'm happy that I never got into drugs. I never got into pornography. I never got into alcohol. I never got into sex, or the player, whatever you would call it, mujeriego. I never got into that, so I can see clearly. There's no distraction in my head. I can see clearly now. And I'm happy for that. All this time I got mad at God, like, oh, I've done this stuff, and you still treat me like crap. And I was wrong of thinking that. And that's why I told you before when I last saw you, like, this had to happen. I don't know why, but it had to happen. And I'm learning why. Like, it cleared my mind to say, what really makes me angry? It's not my father. It's not my childhood. Is nothing. It's not even God. Like, I have the best relationship with God. It's funny. I've been talking to him every day. He's the one that's keeping me alive. Like he's just cool. Like, I can see clear now. Like, it makes sense. But it just sucks because no one will believe me, because how can I say, oh, well, God already made me good. I know what to do now because God helped me. It's like, doesn't work too much. Try tell that to the social worker. Don't worry, my friend. I will be better because God made me think of better things now. I don't think they can write down their report. So, or if they do, someone's gonna laugh at it and deny it. So, uh, but again, that doesn't matter. I know what's real, and I'll hold on to it. And again, I appreciate what Isela said. Like, this, do it. Like, if you made this decision, don't change it. And I appreciate that because it makes me think of the frío caliente. You know, like one or the other. Choose. But don't go back and forth. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. So I want to give you the option, mi amor. I want the second option, which is letting me start my business. You guys, and again, I'm asking a big ask. And I'm sorry, but it's all I can offer right now. But I'm asking you to stay with Reina. And I know it's a lot of money that they pay. I know. Believe me, I know. I dealt with our finances. I know how much it is. And I know it means a lot to you. But I know it's hard as well. But I'm asking you guys to live with them more. Even after when I'm legally allowed to see you guys. At least 3 to 5 years. Hopefully sooner, but I can only sell suits so fast. And I'll work my butt off. I'll stay in my car. I'll do whatever it takes, mi amor. Because I know by working hard will provide for us. And that will make me happy. And boom. Problem solved. It's very simple. And so that's what I want. I want to have the opportunity to start our business. Not my business, it's our business. And when I do that, I want to respect you guys because I can't afford anything right now. I would be growing. And so I'll still live in my car. I'll still have little expenses because that's what I have to do. And hopefully you let me see the boys. But if not, I understand. Even if I'm legally allowed to see them, I'll still respect your wishes, mi amor. If you want to see me truly be better, I'll show it to you. I don't have to go through this social process, this paper process. No, I'll show you real what it is. And yes, it might not be on paper, but I'll show you me. And that's it. And then the other option, again, if you want to go to a divorce route, like I have to stop Reina Clothier because I would have no money. So I would have no money after the divorce, and that's why I would have to go with the ending the parental rights because it just makes sense. So I can start all over, but I'll still provide, but I'll be separate. But in my mind, I know what my family is. So either way, you guys will be happy. Either way. I guess that's the good thing of these two options. Either way, you guys will be happy. Whether with me or without me. That's why I like these options. That no matter what, you guys will be happy. So, I hope this helps. So you can understand more what I'm thinking. I know I think a lot. And, let's see if this works. Oh, there you go. And, yeah, so I think that's it. Again, that's I hope you choose the one that I stay. But again, I love you so much, mi amor, that I will do whatever you want. But though that is what I believe their options are. And Yeah. No matter what, I'll fight for you guys, whether I'm not in your lives or I am in your lives. And that's the other thing too, man. More like, even though if we choose the first option, which is the divorce, and I'll separate myself, I'll not see the kids, I'll still send you money, Ramo, whatever I can. I will. It's just on paper I can't do it because that'll ruin me. Because they will want more and more and more, and they won't care about you. That's the lawyers will dictate, because the more they get out of me, the more they receive. So it's all business. So so I have to go with the ending of parental rights, but I never want that. But on paper, I'll do it because I know in the long game, how is it going to help my family? Even though I won't be legally your family, but in God's eyes, in my eyes, I'll always be your family. It will be a beautiful delight if I ever leave this world and I give you all my money. Because I know I would do something. I have done something to provide for my family. That's what makes me happy. Because that's what God wants. It's simple. God wants me to provide for my family. If I don't, it's a big no-no. And misery comes, aka my anger. Like, he plays a very simple game. God does a fair game too, and but if you choose the Reina Clothier one, the second option, that will be more me being part of you guys, and I hope that's the one you choose, because that's what I want. I want that. And I did not expect that until today. Like, I really thought they're going to say no. Especially when I gave them that low ball offer. But, oh my gosh, like, I could be here in Waco. Like, it'll be so amazing. And of course, the same thing, Bermuda. I won't give you guys a lot, but if we choose the Reina Clothier option, but darn it, like, if I have extra, I'll give it to you, because that's all you guys have. But if I don't, please think of it as a good thing that I'm saving it for later on. Like, if you look at the statistics, like, we got 4 boys. Like, it's going to be a lot of money when they get older. We're going to need a lot of money for those young ones. And I'm ready to do it. But the way I'm doing it now, the way the system's set up, we'll never achieve it. By the way I was going, any W-2 job, just any of them. So I have to start this business. This will free us up. It will. Just makes sense. The Asians got it right. Start a business, with anything. If you want to sell chiclets, whatever, just do a business. It'll always do it, because if you're an employee, or if you're not a business owner, you'll always be a cost to a company. So you'll always get underpaid, no matter what. That's just business 101. So be on the opposite side. So, and that's what I'm fighting for. So I hope you choose the second option, that I can work here, start a business here, and I can, whenever I can pay. But please, I'm asking your family to help out. And I know they don't like me. I know they have strong reserves for me. I'm sorry, and they have the right to feel that way. I don't blame them at all. I would feel the same way if my sister was treated like that by her husband. So I understand. I completely understand. So I'm sorry. That's why I'm asking them with a lot of fervor, with a lot of respect, that please, this will help our family if you can maintain our family just for a little bit, knowing that whenever I do have extra money that doesn't mess with our future, that I can provide now, I'll do it. But right now, all I'm thinking about is how to make our company bigger, make our business bigger. And I got to do it. And I don't want to give you false hope. So I'm going to do it. And I hope you say yes to that, because that'll really help us out. But again, either way, you guys are gonna be happy, and I like that. So I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. It's about 10:30ish, probably 11 already. But thank you so much. Again, this is not, I put on YouTube because I learned when I do a long video, it's easier on YouTube because it's just a video. So you just click on it. Everyone has YouTube. It's easier. But remember how I did with Dito's video? Like, it's private. No one can see it unless you send the link. So don't send this link to anyone else but Isela and Nancy. But yeah, so it's private, mi amor. I always want this private. I've always private with you. I wouldn't even send it to Isela, but I know I can't reach out to you, so I'm asking Isela to send this to you, please. And that's it. Sorry I'm taking 36 minutes of your time. I know those little ones. Yeah, if you got to the end of this, you're a super mom, which you are. So I love you, mi amor, and I just want the best for our family. And this is what we have to deal with. This is the mess we're in. Like you wrote, I love your note that you sent. You're so real. Like, you're so attractive, mi amor. And thank you for saying those nice words to me. Thank you. That means a lot. But I'll never stop working for us, even though it may look like it. Please know it from me that I'm always thinking of you guys. So I love you guys. I miss you guys so much. And know that I know what I'm gonna do. I know how to make this family happy. So all I ask is that you trust me, and hopefully you choose the second option, which is stay married to me, and for me to start this business of ours so it can grow. And it'll be interesting. I'm excited. I just never thought, I hope you say yes to it, because I never thought they would say yes to me. Like, I could get it by May 1st. Like, it's so cool. Like, they send over the lease and I have to sign it. I'm gonna have another real estate agent to look it over just to make sure, and I gotta get everything in order. But that's easy stuff, you know. And it's gonna be cool. So and if you do decide that I need your guys' help on decorating the shop, I'm going to Goodwill. There's a lot of antique stuff I want. Since it's Reina Clothier, Reina is obviously queen in Spanish. So queen, I think of France. I've been researching a lot about monarchies and the French Revolution and all this cool stuff back. Well, not cool stuff. It's sad. The French Revolution, the French Reformation. Pretty sad story. But yeah, I was reading about that, about the history of that, but they show kind of this rich, elegant feel of France in the 1500s, and the king and queen. And so I've been seeing some vintage stuff at Goodwill. I've been shopping, not shopping, but like window shopping. And yeah, it's a good price too. I don't have to spend a lot. But as far as furniture and what else to put, I would love to have your expertise. So thank you again. Thank you for Isela for facilitating this. That means a lot. Like I said, I really appreciate her. She's a good sister. All your sisters are good, but Isela's cool, and I appreciate that. Thank you for understanding, and I hope this video gets to you, and hope you understand now, mi amor, more of what I'm thinking. Okay. It's a bright light car. I'm at Flying J. This is where I've been sleeping at. for the past month and a half, and it's my home. So, man, this guy's right at me, man. I guess this is how it feels to be a superstar on stage. So much light. But anyways, but I'm gonna go. I never like ending the video whenever I do a video of talking to you, because I always want to talk to you, mi amor. So, but I'm gonna be strong and push end. And I hope the boys still remember me. I would like to say they do. We had some fun times, and I love them so much. I bought a Quick Trip slushy yesterday in remembrance of them. How we used to go to a Quick Trip and buy the little slushies, and they would pick any one. And Benny was the one that always took longest, because he was like, which one should I try? And Isaac liked one already, and the Dr. Pepper one, and then Benny's tried different ones, and then William's just taking the one I choose, and he doesn't complain, and it's just fun. So I got that, and okay, so I love you. Thank you for everything, and I hope to hear your voice soon, mi amor. Bye bye.